Before we get started in the abandoned Evo, I want to take a quick moment to remind you guys about the Link ECU package I am giving away on the channel. For more information, head to SAMMIT.net, but to get entries for this, it's very simple. Just go to SAMMIT.net, grab as much merch as you can. Every 500 yen spent, which is about $4 USD, gets you one entry. The giveaway literally ends in only a few more days, so don't sleep on it, guys. I don't want one of you guys to miss out on a full aftermarket Link ECU package for your project car or track car. These things are seriously amazing. I run them on all my cars. But yeah, that aside, guys, don't sleep on it. SAMMIT.net. For now though, we are going to be jumping into the Evo. I want to get this thing started. We're going to move it out here. I'm going to jack it up. I want to start going over some stuff in the engine bay underneath there, get that skid plate off and start going over all the oil leaks and try to get this thing running a little bit better. I want to be able to replace the hood and drive this thing to and from some workshops and whatnot, get some quotes and whatnot on getting the rear quarter panel replaced and all the body work done, and just so people can start to look at it. We could put it on a track, but I'm going to get temp tags for this thing and at least we'll get this thing driving a little bit. I think it'll be kind of funny. That aside, I did do some work earlier before on finishing polishing the headlights up on this Mini. So this thing's just waiting for O2 sensors now, and then it just needs a bath. Photos, list this thing up for sale. Once again, if any of you guys are in Japan, you're interested in this, please DM me on Instagram. But that aside, time to get this Evo running. Let's see how flat the battery is. I got my jumper pack hooked up. Let's see if we can get this thing started pretty easily. You guys remember my little mackerel friend from that video we did with Mayumi? So funny. Let's see now. Ooh, she hasn't opened in a while. Alrighty. If anyone wants this cage and all this other stuff in here, these Recaro seats I'll be getting rid of too. Your boy loves these Brid stuff, so we're gonna be getting some of those for her. Alright, that clutch is so aggressive in this thing. Let's see if she'll start. Oh, something's wrong. Didn't hook up the jump pack correctly. What is this thing? I don't remember this here. What is this? It's super slim light. Huh, okay, interesting. Alright, well, let's figure out why this thing won't start and we'll go from there. We know we're in neutral now, so I'll just put the windows down. It's so weird, there's no power windows in this. I can't wait to get an Evo 6 and change that all over. Got the jumper pack on there. Got to do this real quick before it fails. I'm honestly so surprised how good that jumper pack is. This thing started right up too. Oh, I've got to replace that IACV. It's not happy. Damn, that jump pack is good. Where's that throttle body? Keep the revs up a bit for a little bit. If it gets too low because the battery's completely dead, it won't stay on. Was she idle now? Yeah. Oh, IACV really needs a good cleaning. We'll probably just replace the whole intake manifold with a new IACV. She seems to be kind of holding together right now. Nope. Yeah, see, that battery's so dead. I'm gonna go buy another battery, I think. The moment it like dips down a little bit, there's just no voltage there for the injectors or anything. Now I gotta restart this again. Good times. If you guys don't have one of these, I highly recommend them. I keep them in all my car's glove boxes. You just buy them off Amazon. You can get like a pretty decent one for like 80 bucks. And then you charge it up once, put it in your glove box and pull it out once a year to just recheck that it's charged. I've seriously saved myself and so many friends' cars with just having that in my glove box at all times. When they leave their lights on, get a flat battery, that kind of thing. Huh? There we go. Let's keep those RPMs up a little bit on the throttle body for now. I'm still so surprised how this thing runs like this. All things considered, you'd think that this thing sitting for so long wouldn't run as good as it does. All right, I am going to move this thing out over here where we can work on it a bit. We'll go from there. Well, I guess the next step is I want to jack up the front of this car as high as I can. I want to try and get that bash plate off and see what's going on there, because I know there's definitely some kind of big oil leak on this thing. I actually suspect as well that the transmission's been leaking a lot of oil. because it does sound kind of noisy. I know it does have a crazy like triple plate clutch or something in there, but I just think as well the transmission just sounds a little bit noisy as well. So it's possible that a lot of oil has drained out of it and leaked out of it. But anyways, we're not going to really know until we get that bash plate off. I also want to start taking off these side skirts and stuff and really get a good idea what's hiding under there, because yeah, the last thing I want is to find a nasty surprise later when we really start tearing this thing apart. Today's more about me just checking over the car and seeing if it is going to be able to, for me to get temp tags for it to be able to drive it around and get a couple quotations and stuff from some panel beaters and workshops. I'm going to be doing the majority of the work myself, but when it comes to body work, that is something I do not do, and it's not really something that I want to do unless it's like a drift car and we're drift stitching stuff back together, you know what I mean? So I need to take this thing to the panel beaters and body shop and get a full quotation. I want to try and save this front bumper if we can. I think that'll be super cool if we can get it restored or plastic welded up and back to normal, because that's an original Tommy Mac and RS front bumper. So I want to try and keep that, get that repaired and back together. But obviously the main thing is I'm getting this full rear quarter completely replaced. I'm not just going to get it fixed and bogged up. They're going to be cutting this out and putting a fresh one in. You can still buy them from Mitsubishi, which is really good. But yeah, there's a lot of things and stuff like that hiding under these side skirts and stuff that I want to have a look at. But main thing is I want to work out where that big oil leak is coming from the engine base. So let's get this car jacked up, see if we can get that bash plate off, figure out what's going on, or skid plate, whatever you want to call it. I got the Evo now on jack stands. I got my mosquito coil going because they are thirsty today. That aside, we're ready to start pulling this skid plate off. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous about taking this off because I have not been able to see under here at all. I'm pretty sure things are going to probably be fairly well okay because this thing's been leaking so much oil. I doubt there'll be like any crazy rust under there, which I'm not really too fussed about rust anyways. Like there's a lot of things on this car that are getting fixed and repaired, so it's just like it just gets added to the list, you know what I mean? At this point I'm kind of all in, even if it's going to cost more than what the thing's worth, because I want this car. Oof, that did not come out nicely. I don't know if you can see how stripped those threads are. Let's keep going. Guess we'll go this one next. The oily guy here. These are not coming out that nice. Whew. Oh boy. Of course there's a random Allen key one there. Great. Ooh. That came off with some force. This thing's been like bent and tweaked. And then that's a random American size nut bolt there. So I need an Allen key. And that looks like an 8 or a 7 or something. All right, go get my Allen key set. And then we'll get that off and we find out how bad it is. Here we go guys, last bolt right now. This thing's gonna come down and it's gonna drop a lot of debris with it, I imagine. Waiting for it. Oh, there we go. Oh God, yep. Whew. A lot of chunky stuff on that. Damn. Looks like everything's fairly well coated in oil too. Yeah. Oh, good rust prevention, I guess, in this scenario. Oh yeah, you can really see where this leak is. In this corner here. Oh wow, yeah. Look at it all. Okay, so let's pull this out and then get up under there with a light and see what we're dealing with. Oh yeah, chunky. Whew. Oh wow, you can see where like intercooler piping's just been constantly rubbing on this thing. That's not ideal. Yeah, this thing's in, it's got a decent leak, I would say. Look at all that oil. Oh yeah, wow. All over the oil pan there. There's a lot going on in here. All right, I'm gonna get the flashlight and work out what's happening. Geez, that downpipe's been squashed too. All right. Oh, let me get my light. We'll be right back. So getting up under here with the light, it definitely doesn't look anywhere near as bad as what I was anticipating. It seems like all of the oil leaking, it's mainly from a rear main seal here. It's also, I can see here that this whole brace here has been reinforced and welded up and plated. You can see all the welding along the edges there and stuff for rigidity, which is a common thing they do a lot in Japan with the rally stuff here. There's this weird bar here that that I guess is like a bolt-on thing so that you can run that skid plate with all the bolt-in points. Most of it's not even bolted into the chassis here. The only part it's kind of bolted in is here. Otherwise, it does look like the lines for the oil cooler here might be leaking a little bit. It also looks like there's probably some oil coming from the oil pan here. You can see that they've also welded a plate on the oil pan here to help protect it from any bumps and stuff like that, which is pretty interesting. Seems like a lot of thought went into this particular car, and I didn't really notice this too much before, but if we turn the light down here, you can see there's a lot of surface rust on these parts here, which will all clean up quite nice. But all of these whole entire sections of the car are completely covered in alloy, like sheets of alloy, like skid plates. So there's a good chance that a lot of the stuff under there is quite protected. There's also a high chance that, you know, dirt and moisture has gotten in there as well, and it could be a lot worse, which we won't know until I can get this thing on a hoist and take all of that off. But all things considered, it's really not that bad. Like, I know, like, you know, you can see a lot of the surface rust here, and on camera it doesn't look good there, like especially here. It's not that bad. Like, it's majority surface. All of that will clean up with some blasting, and then the whole underside of the car just needs to be recoated. We may need to get some new parts off Mitsubishi here and there, or off a donor shell, which I am planning to get my hands on a donor shell as well. But overall, it's really not too bad. The seam seals, sorry, the what do you call it? The seals down the side here where people jack off, they're all pretty damaged from people just jacking up on wrong places. That's all pretty easy to get fixed too. Like, I'm definitely going to be spending a lot of money in bodywork on this thing. I'd say anywhere from 10 to 20 grand, which is a lot of money. But this is just like, this is a project car that I have to see to the end. I don't really know how else to describe it. Like, I think the biggest thing for me is that it's always been a dream of mine to find like an abandoned car and completely restore it and do it properly. And this car is like 100% become that for me. Putting aside that, you know, a few years ago, I decided that I really wanted to get my hands on a TME RS, but then realized, you know, it was pretty much impossible for me to afford. To be able to, one, get this car being a TME RS, and then two, it also being the abandoned car that I wanted to restore from the ground up. Up until then, I thought it was going to be that FC RX-7, but I think we really won with this car. So there's a lot we need to obviously do, and this has been a mystery I've been wanting to solve for ages, getting this skid plate off and just having a good look under there at what's up. But now we kind of have a good idea what we're dealing with engine-wise. I don't think it's wise to drive this thing at all, so we'll be trucking this thing to everything now, which means I'll just pay to hire a truck for a day. It's not a big deal, pretty cheap. But yeah, that's that then. I'm gonna keep kind of digging into things and get this thing back on the ground, and then we'll push it back. But man, there's a lot of work that's gonna have to happen on this car. I need to, when we get the shop, which by the way guys, if you don't know about the shop update, everything's going ahead. We're getting half of that shop space we looked at. From what I understand is our application's been accepted, and we're just getting the paperwork all sorted out. We'll know when to pay the deposit and when we get the keys soon enough, hopefully by the end of this week. But things are going ahead there. So once we get the shop, this thing I have to completely strip to a bare shell. So I'll be documenting and filming all of that, trying to remember where everything goes. So hopefully the videos will help me with that when it comes time to put it all back together. But this is, I've said this from the get-go, and I know I'm doing a lot of talk in this video, but from the get-go, this is a long-term project for me. This is not something I want to be done in a few months. This is something that I anticipate will take me probably a full year, maybe even more, to get done. Being in Japan as well means that things can be a little bit complicated with finding shops and them getting stuff done really fast for you as well. So my priority is things getting done properly, and time is not really a factor for me. I got the Evo parked back in there now. This is where she's gonna rest, and hopefully the next time we make a video on this thing, we'll be taking her to the new shop space, which I'm really pumped about. But that aside, I got a whole bunch more research to do on this thing. I want to try and find a shop here in Japan that actually does like really good rust like repair stuff, where like, you know, entire chassis and stuff can get dipped and all that kind of thing. I know that stuff exists in Australia and the States, but here in Japan I'm not so sure if like anywhere has something like a acid bath big enough to do entire chassis and stuff. But yeah, obviously I can't really make a decision on what we're doing with any of that kind of stuff until we get it to the shop, until I completely strip the entire chassis bare and we really get a good look at everything that's wrong with it and what needs repairing. For now, it's just kind of everything I see, I do a bit more research on and try to work out what's going on. But anyways, I'm gonna pack everything up now. And then I actually want to head to Up Garage because I'm trying to get another Nardi wheel for my Skyline. Because the wheel that's in there right now is pretty big and I want to go down a couple sizes, and it's about time we got Nardi wheels on all my cars, honestly. Hopefully these guys have some Nardi wheels in stock. The one that's currently on my Skyline is like a 360, maybe even a 380. It's really large. So I'm hoping for like a 330 would be perfect, I think. And I just realized I want to get a Nardi as well for my Chaser. Right now it's got one of those drifting Momos on there. And it's a deep dish 50 mil. I want to put a quick release on there and maybe like 20 mil. Try and get that steering wheel closer to me. All right, let's see what we got here. Closest thing they have, it looks like, is maybe this Momo. Bomber. Oh, that's cool. Motolita. Ooh, nearly dropped the wheel. Put that back. This one's actually really nice. Too big though. Way too big. Damn it. I love that this one actually has the Nardi logo in the leather there. Very cool. Damn it. It's too big. And I really want a Nardi Classic. I don't particularly want any of the new style Nardis. Big sad. They get a lot of the genuine Momo wheels here. This is, I think this is the one that's on my Chaser. It's not a bad wheel, it's just I want to try and reduce the deep dish. Oh, actually. Ah, it's too big. It's a 365. Damn it. Bummer, man. Okay, yeah, looks like we're going on Yahoo Auctions to find a wheel then. Big sad. Yeah. It's all they've got here at the moment. Normally they have a lot more. See on the back. Nah. Damn it. Alright. Well, I guess that's that then. I'll have a quick look around, see if there's anything else cool here, and then I'll bounce. Well, sadly, we didn't find what we're looking for and they didn't really have anything new there. This, on the other hand, nice clean Chaser. Ooh, that's streetcar goals right there. Anyways, we're gonna head home. I'm gonna do a bunch more research on this Evo. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get a little bit worried that I bit off a bit too much than I can chew. But I think we'll be okay. It's just gonna probably take a lot longer than what I was initially anticipating. Oh, well, I'm just excited to think about what that car's gonna become, you know what I mean? Going through the cycle of crazy big project cars. Sometimes you're like, yeah, it's gonna be awesome, I can't wait to finish it. And then you're like, am I ever gonna finish it? Is it even viable? Blah, 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 blah. And then you come back around full circle again. It is what it is. It's the life of being a car guy, I guess. Anyways, let's head home. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video where we were able to dig into the Evo a little bit more. I'm honestly just itching to work on this thing and get it to my new shop when we get it, and a hoist and all that kind of stuff, put it up on there and just strip the whole thing bare, like everything off it. Then I can actually really figure out what I'm getting myself into. It's killing me and keeping me awake at night just thinking about, oh, what happens if I take this off? Am I gonna find something more broken there? Like all this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like it's killing me. I wanna know what I'm really dealing with here so that I can actually have a plan of attack. I'm sure you guys, like, if you've been watching for a while, you know that I normally like try to plan things out in advance and like have like always try to be 5 steps ahead of where, sorry, always thinking 5 steps ahead of where I want to be and what I want to do with particular car projects and stuff. And it's killing me right now because I can't even think that far ahead because I need to know what I'm dealing with first before we can even consider all of that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad we found out some more stuff with the car so I can do some more research on some things for now and keep me kind of just at bay curiosity-wise until things hopefully all go through as quickly as possible with the shop space. I'm really excited about the shop as well. It means it's going to open the doors for a lot more content and a lot more things that I just haven't been able to tackle and do myself because I've needed my space. And I just think, like, I'm just excited that we're gonna have actual space where I can disassemble these things. I can get a proper daily car, like a little K-class car, and have a bunch of fun with that as well. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, Link ECU giveaway. There's only a few days left. There is a countdown timer on the website, sammit.net. Go there, buy as much merch as you can before it is too late, because literally this Thursday is when I do the draw. Sorry, not the draw, but this is when the competition ends. Need a few days to process all the entries, and then we'll be doing the draw next week. So don't sleep on it, don't miss out, get as much merch as you can, sammit.net, and buy some Yada shirts. They look sick. They're super marked down and cheaper than any other shirt on the website right now because none of you guys like them for some reason. So they're cheap, buy them, get entries. Peace out. Ciao, mata.